Hello everyone, it is me, Yiking, and we are back with another unboxing. Today we got from Transformers. I know, right? It's been forever since we've done a Transformers unboxing, because like the last 4 unboxings, well, let's see, Full Tilt, Skywarp, Scorn, Triptychon, yeah, the last 4 unboxings, well, the last 4 Transformers videos I've done with reviews, so finally back to an unboxing. But we got from Transformers Studio Series, Transformers 1, Voyager class, Sentinel Prime, and the reason why I didn't say number is because with the new box design for Studio Series, they did give it numbers, which is a little bit disappointing, but you know, if you're dedicated enough, you could just maybe make like your own numbering system for the stuff if you really wanted to. But yeah, so yeah, new box design. This is for Studio Series Wave 2 of 2025. I say that in case like maybe it's like 2026 or 2027 in the future, and I'm watching this because sometimes I like to watch my old videos, or someone in the future is watching this video. But yeah, so Wave 2 for the 2025 Studio Series, and for the new Age of the Primes toy, they went back to the closed window boxes because it made it easier for people to steal the figures because they could like pull an accessory or pull out the head and then the figure's basically useless. I do remember they did do that with Studio Series number 100 Rise of Beast Bumblebee because it got re-released with an updated head. So people like were head swapping or just taking the head. So then, well, I think like for the head swapping, people still had a chance of picking it up, but without the head, people did not pick it up. Look, I got pretty lucky with my stuff with Transformers. There's only one time I saw a missing head on a Transformers figure. That was like for Rise of the Beast, like Optimus Prime, not the Studio Series one, but like the one that comes with like a Beast Battle Master, you know, like those little mini figures that become the weapon. That was the only time I saw him without missing the head. But yeah, so I'm like off to the side because it has a giant window and I wanted to show my face by accident. But one thing is, I do believe the boxes are universal size, and what I mean is like each size has its own dedicated box size. So if you get a small, medium, or big figure of the class size, it's all gonna fit the same box. Because I know like Megatron's looks tiny in a later box, but then Grimlock looks like he fits it, and that's because it has to fit all. So yeah. But obviously you do have the window showing the figure fully more, because I know with the closed window it only shows like the top part, which is pretty cool. Up here you have an artwork of showing him in his robot and alt mode, which apparently for the film he never did. And also, this is ironically enough my first Transformers 1 figure. I was going to have it be Deluxe Class Alpha Trion, but that never happened. Which apparently next year it was shown around a lot, but apparently next year he's supposed to get either a Voyager or a Leader class released next year. I forget which class size it is. If we flip back here, it's definitely really too special. It just shows Studio Series, Voyager class in different languages, and just kind of continues the artwork of like him in his alt mode. Plus, I think that's supposed to be Icon. And we flip over here, it says the name Sentinel Prime while showing this. Well, I say this while showing off Sentinel himself. Oh yeah, flip up here, it just says the film Transformers 1, Sentinel Prime. Flip down here, just some mumbo jumbo. And the beautiful barcode plus what's included. So 1 figure and 3 accessories for 3 pieces. Flip to the back, we do have a little bio. Sentinel Prime is a leader of Icon City and fights to save Cybertron from the Quintessons. Of course, if you watch the film, you know that's not really the case. He works alongside him because that's how he became the leader of Cybertron, because he off the rest of the Primes. He's like a fake Prime in this film. But there's a scene from the film. Oh yeah, he does have a different mode, which I will show off. It's like his battle mode, which he did become when he was fighting against D16 and Orion Pax. It takes 17 steps to go from robot to jet mode, which like I said, he never did become a jet in the film, but whatevs, that's how it sometimes is. But yeah, without further ado, let's pop it open. Where are my scissors? I said I always put them down and I forget what they're off for like 2 seconds. Oh, always be careful when using scissors or anything sharp, especially if you're a youngin'. And to be honest, I am kind of happy it's the old school box because it doesn't mean you have to deal with like 3 effing tabs. If you wanted to know what the old school box looks like before the open box design, just look at like old Transformer unboxings before like Legacy came around. Just look at all that product and you would see stuff. Well, was it closed windows? I think like maybe by the end of Kingdom they did start doing open boxes. So maybe like look at least like Earthrise, because I don't know if Kingdom kept it fully closed or not. Convenient. Wee. Well, our box doesn't seem to be as glossy. We have a little piece of paper just saying it's a choking hazard, I guess. I mean, like, who eats a Transformer? Oh yeah, I meant to say this is also ages 8 up. Oh, I didn't know about that, but it also says how many steps it takes in front of the box, which is kind of nice, I guess. The instruction booklet looks kind of cool, and it's back to like the old big folder. All right. Okay, so this is how you prep him for battle mode. I'll show that off first. So here are the instructions. Oh, maybe that's why it shows that, because it tells you this is how you get him to battle mode. Man, this is a lot of steps. Maybe not even strong I get him to battle mode. Or maybe this is, well, yeah, it's instructions to get him to battle mode. But it does show instructions. He has an alt face, which gives him his mask look. And then down here is how you get started to get him into jet mode, like Jet Ray. Wee. And then it just tells you to start the accessories off to the side. Which instructions will be over here. It's my first time doing like actual Transformers box in this space, so I gotta like figure that out on the spot. I also noticed something different. Since it was the villain... Okay, never mind. I was just going to say... Because I only saw the Decepticon logo on the Studio Series packaging. I was going to say that's kind of cool. But whatever. So, let's just take that out first. And maybe I'll zoom out to 0.8. Luckily, I don't keep this pack of the... I used to keep this part of the packaging, but now I don't anymore. So, it's whatever. Oh, yeah. With the new Studio Series, you don't get backdrops anymore. So... Of course, I don't think anyone really used backdrops. I mean, like, when I first started collecting Transformers, I did have them displayed out. Except Joe couldn't stand on his backdrops. I had to have him off it, which was kind of depressing. But yeah, I don't know if anyone really used them. Like, when it came to my videos, like, I would have it instead of the box for, like, the video, but otherwise it'd just be sitting in the box. Put you off to the side. So yeah, that's the accessories, his giant shield, which Chris wanted was, like, pink and yellow, but, you know, it's just a piece of plastic, and his blasters. Is it supposed to be just pink? Okay, no, that's why I got confused, because you can stick his blasters on there. Now we play the counting game. Let's see how many plastic strips he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay! Plastic strip mess. I mean, it's easier than when it was on my carpet, because sometimes I would find them, like, unboxings later, be like, where did that come from? Can your feet come out? Oh, do you have feet supports? No, you do not. This is like your actual footsies. Alright. Oh, there's our boy Sentinel Prime, which, to be honest, I'm surprised it's my first Sentinel Prime toy. I'm surprised it didn't get Dark in the Moon. Wow, it's pretty young. I don't know, just never be careful with the Sentinel Prime stuff. Like, I know he looks cool as a character, but I don't know, just never liked them as toys. But this one actually does look cool. Like, if they were ever on clearance, I would probably get them. That'd be the only way I would get a Sentinel Prime back then. Like, the TF1 toy line Sentinel looked alright. Like, I was tempted to get it, but yeah. Obviously, that one's deluxe class. This one's Voyager class, so it's a bit more of a taller one. And the garage door is either closing or opening, so apologies if you hear that. Sometimes sound carries through, other times it don't when I do unboxings, so that's why I always say apologies if you can hear it. But yeah, pretty cool. A bit beefy, of course. I do know, like, this is pretty common to come off, so it's like, whatever. But yeah, pretty awesome. I really do love this thing. Of course, I was kind of hoping to have Solus and Megatronus by now when I did this unboxing, but they're not here yet, so I guess I'll bring him back out when I do Solus and Megatronus videos. I mean, like, where I ordered them from, they still are up as pre-orders, so that sucks. I mean, it is the month when they're supposed to come out, so whatever. Oh, but that's like a tight head swivel, so I'm not going to move that around a lot. But yeah, pretty cool. What do I want to do first? Because I don't want to show battle mode first, or articulation, then go into battle mode. Well, okay, I'll show off accessories and do articulation, because when I go to battle mode, and when I prep him for transformation, I can just quickly put him back off camera into his robot mode, so I'll do that. But before I do, he does come with accessories. How does he use them? Okay, so he's like meant to hold them, but he does have holes on his arm. So I wonder. Alright, you can kind of store them like the Seekers, but since it's meant to be. Sentinel, this is my first unboxing Neons. Don't mess it up for me. Thank goodness this is not gold. Well, I'm pretty sure they figured out the gold plastic syndrome thing, but yeah. Pretty cool. You can hold his blaster like that. But since I don't really care for his blasters, I'll probably just have them on his shield, which goes, since he has dedicated tabs back there. And you put his shield on, like... Sorry for all the hard scraping. Maybe I should like get a playmat out like I used to do. But yeah, he can hold it like that, so he's blocking. Pretty cool. But yeah, flipping to the back, I mean, like, the jet is still pretty cool and looks pretty awesome. I didn't know it was like one of the more simplistic Studio Series transformations, so that's kind of nice, but I don't mind one that's a little bit complicated. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Alright, now then, let's get him, we're gonna transform him into his battle suit mode, so let's see how you would do this. Alright, so step one, someone's vacuuming, so apologies if you hear that. So you take the blasters and make sure the nozzle is facing away. So you can do that, and you put that on his arm. I don't think it matters for the arm, but for the picture, it's gonna be like this. Why am I supposed to pull down? Whoa, that's pretty cool. Alright, so pull down on his arms. Are you supposed to pull down the other one? No, you do not. It still shows his fist. Alright, then for the next step, what am I supposed to do? Okay, so you're supposed to take these bits and flare them up. So the top of his shoulder pads. And then you point these up. Then for the next step, we come down to his legs. Oh, wait. Well. You would point these out. I forgot to show off his articulation segment, but I can just quickly put them back and then we can do that. So you take those out, and then you take these out. Oh, then you're supposed to close them. Whoopsies. Ow, my finger. But then you're supposed to close them back like that. Then we come down to his feet and we pull these out. Well, you're supposed to pull these out and then you're supposed to take out his thrusters. You're like really in there. And then you're supposed to fold these down. Then what? Then you pull this down. Oh. Probably helps that this isn't in the way. Then you can pull up on his battle mask. Close this back up. What? Then you point his chest pieces like the articulate thing. And then you have Sentinel in his battle mode. And let's zoom out to 0.7. So yeah, Sentinel in his battle mode looks pretty cool. Well, you can fix it a little bit. Because I know there is a way for him to stand in this mode. So like this. Yeah, okay, he's just supposed to like have his thrusters back. Alright, there we go. Now he stands. I mean, it's a little bit awkward, but it's like whatever. But yeah, all it does is give him a little bit of height. So when it comes to size comparisons and articulation, he's going to be in basic mode since I forgot to do all that. So yeah, this one's going to be a little bit longer because I showed off his battle mode. So I'm going to quickly transform him back into robot mode. Then we go over articulation and size comparisons. And then we can get him to jet mode. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I just quickly transformed back to bot mode so we can do the articulation and size comparison segment. But for articulation, like I said, he has a tight head swivel. That's due to his battle mask. Arms can, if the shoulder pad decide to agree, they can go up that far, out that far. And they could probably do full, yeah, they can do a full 360 because I just found out you can move the wings out of the way. Which it's pretty which I guess is a standard for jet transformers at this point. Hands are stuck in place, but it's probably due to his gimmick of having to push this down, as you saw from his battle mode segment. You can look a little bit up and down, but I don't really force it. He has a waist swivel. Legs can kick out that far. They can, if you move the wings out of the way, they can kick back that far. I think they could kick a little bit farther back if it wasn't for this tab. You do have a knee swivel. you have, I think, like about 90 degrees of bend. You do have ankle tilt. Look at him hitting that pose. And then obviously, but this is your transformation, but you can't move his feet back up and down. And yeah, I did take off his shield and just put it off to the side because, yeah, I had to take it off for that, so whoopsies, but whatever. Now then, let's get into the side comparisons. But before I do, I will have a link to the description to the unboxings and in the icon up above in case you want to check out my thoughts and opinions on them. So you can pause this video and go watch them if you're interested in figure, or if not, then you continue watching this video. Whatever works. Now then, how did I used to do? Oh yeah, I used to have them off to the side. Like I said, it's been a bit. But up first, we have from Transformers, Age of Extinction, Deluxe Class Scorn. And yeah, he has a loose leg issue. But apparently he can fix it, I just am too lazy to do it. Scorn, work with me. But yeah, Deluxe Class Scorn from Age of Extinction. I still want to try getting the rest of the Dinobots, but since it's already May, I might be able to get like 2 to 4 more in this year, and I have to finish the rest next year, or I'm just going to get the rest next year. Because there's a lot of things cooking for this year, so usually like at the beginning of years, when it comes to Transformers, it's usually more of an eBay thing, because last wave of stuff doesn't really appeal to me before the new stuff comes out, so usually the beginning of years, I usually focus more on eBay stuff for Transformers. Otherwise, yeah. And then for the rest of the year, it's mostly just stuff in the stores, but there's that one. And up next, we have from Transformers Legacy United, Star Raider, Transformers Prime, Thundertron. Wow. I know he's like about the same size, maybe a little bit bigger than D16 and, well, I guess, no. I know he's like the same size, maybe a little bit bigger than D16/Megatron and Orion Pax/Optimus, but Thundertron's just a big one. But then again, you did come in a leader pack, but also you was released as a Voyager, so these are both Voyagers, but yeah. And then lastly, since this is a Prime figure, we're whipping out from Transformers Game Edition number 3. Voyager class Optimus Prime from War from Cybertron. Are they like the same height? I think they are. It's just Optimus is like little antennae. Give it a little bit of a, just makes them slightly taller. Otherwise they're like basically head to head. But yeah, pretty cool. Alright, well, let's get him prepped for Cybertronian Jet Mode. I would say just Jet Mode, but he is from Cybertron, so it's a Cybertronian Jet. So yeah, let's get him prepped for that. Alright, so let's get him ready for Jet Mode. So, so that's why I thought both his arms supposed to go down, because his transformation was Jet Mode. But yeah, for step 1, bring his arms down till they look like his cannon from Battle Mode earlier. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to see the fist. There we go. Pew pew cannon. It'd be kind of, I mean, like, I know it's supposed to hide the fist, but it'd be kind of cool if he came with like square blast effects, like the polar square, so you can put them in there, so it can be like he's shooting out his missiles. So the next step. Okay, yeah, you're supposed to like bring his wings out to the side, or the top of his wings. Except you are very tight. Why are you tight? Sometimes I'm worried when stuff is tight because like you pull and then it like snaps off. Like most of the time you can put it back on because it's Transformers, so thank God. But like, you know. Actually, that just gives him bigger wings. Okay, so there's like a tab somewhere. What am I doing? Oh, okay, so you're supposed to get that into here. Okay, just soft clicks. Ow, my finger. Honestly, I can see this tab breaking. So once you do that, yeah, so you're supposed to rotate the wings down and I guess just have it soft click a rest there. Then you're supposed to rotate his head 180. And then you're supposed to bring up his snout of the jet. Like that, till you hear a soft click. Then for the next step, we flip him over. We do what now? What? Step 6, you're supposed to lift his jet up. I mean, it's on a ratchet, so. Okay, so you're supposed to lift this up while we see his booty. Then you're supposed to snap together his legs. So I prefer to look at the front one doing it because it makes it easier. But yeah, snap together his legs. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, so when you do that and fix up his wings, you're supposed to pull this back somehow. Boy, I have like probably the tightest copy of Sentinel known to man. But yeah, pull all that back so it connects together. Then you're supposed to tab the wings in. Cause like there's a hole right there for like this to go in. So like see that? See this like little hole right here? That's supposed to go into there. At least I think so. Moving the instructions out of the way. So I was doing it right. You are supposed to connect into his tabs. It's just he came undone from this part, so I fixed it up. But yeah, so you were supposed to do what I was showing earlier. Yeah, it's just this part came undone, but yeah, you are supposed to do what I was doing. So what's next after that? Okay, so you're supposed to detach this. Oh, I should have used 0.8. So you're supposed to like bring down his arms. And they are supposed to tab somewhere. Okay, so am I looking at this right? Yeah. So this part, see this line right here? Right here? It's supposed to go into that. Alright, well, I got them in. So yeah, you're supposed to connect them. Sometimes I have to take it off camera so I can do it a bit better, so I do apologize. So once you do that, you come down to his feet section, and you're supposed to pull out his thrusters like it was battle mode. So fold them out. And then bring them down till they're fully in. Have the feet fold down onto them. Flip it 180. Oh yeah, when I said oh dang, because one of these popped out while I was trying to get in the arms. Flip these up, his dorsal fins, I believe they're called dorsal. And he's done. Then Sentinel Prime in jet mode. And then, you know, for accessories, if you want to store them, you would take his nose rays, They're supposed to be facing forward? Huh. What? Well, it says you're supposed to put them somewhere, but I don't see the hole besides the arm, and doesn't look flush. So, yeah, I would just put them back on his shield. But for the shield, you can put it right here. He doesn't have any landing gear, but I guess it makes sense because he's a Cybertronian jet, so you just rely on his body. But yeah, honestly, it's kind of fun once you get the hang of it. Like, I could probably see myself doing back and forth with this sometimes. Yeah, pretty cool jet. I mean, like, the one that's from the TF Toy Tony line is actually, like, blue and orange. This one's blue and gold. This is, like, metallic gold, so I suggest you be careful with this. But this is just, like, gold plastic, but not, like, gold plastic syndrome, which I know they probably got the fix of. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like your average jet format. You just kind of plop everything down, and then boom, he's wearing the jet. I mean, I don't know if his boosters are blast effect compatible or not, but I believe they are. No, yeah, they are. I'm like 99.9% sure they are. If not, feel free to correct me in the comments. But yeah, pretty cool jet mode. Well then, let's get into those size comparisons. Now then, since he is a jet, they are kind of flat, but they are long. So he might win like width-wise, but height-wise, he's gonna be outdone. So up first, we have from Transformers, Age of... Wow. I always said the names, but whatever. It's been a bit. Forgive me. But first, we have Transformers Age of Extinction, Deluxe Class Scorn, which, I don't know, personally, you have a better time articulating him if you keep his, night shoe in alt mode. Like, it says you're supposed to flip it to give him the full 3-toe look, but honestly, it gives him, like, better stability if you don't, so I keep it like that, personally. Of course, you can tell because of the rubber, his fin is kind of crooked. Who wins? Nose cone to tail. Alright, Scorn wins from that way, but I mean, pretty cool. Dino Adventures. Thing came down. Dino Adventures. But yeah, pretty cool. Alright, there's that. Then we have Transformers Legacy United. Voyager Class, Star Raider. Transformers Prime. Except his foot likes to come off now. Thundertron. And this time, I mean, like, I did it a little bit better this time around because I was actually able to get to work, but I got into more of a line pose because last time, wow, actually this is the first time in a size comparison, maybe, or I might have done it again. I'm not 100% sure, but I know in his unboxing video, I was only able to get him in like a pounce pose, which was sad, but at least this time I did a little bit better. You can kind of see why I picked Thundertron. They look good, like. Well, I guess if I had Solus and Megatronus, I may have only done Megatronus and used Thundertron instead of Solus. If I had them on me, but I don't. But when I do, I will bring out Sentinel for both of them. And then lastly, we have from Transformers Studio Series, Game Edition number 3, Voyager Class, Optimus Prime from War for Cybertron. Which apparently this year, everything from Game Edition is like remakes, like there's something new, because like Ironhide and Skywarp, the reuses of the mold, and then that double pack from Devastation is using molds. I think the only thing that's actually new mold wise is the Optimus Prime. I think everything else is like a remake. And apparently we're supposed to be getting Thundercracker by the end of this year. It's kind of weird because Thundercracker and Skyward Pop and Starscream look so bland. So I kind of want to get those two, but I really don't want to get Starscream, but it's going to bug me, so I'm going to have to get Starscream. Well, it may not bug me because, like, who knows? Because I was going to get Core Class Thundercracker, but I got to find one for a good price. Because the one from Cybertron looks alright, but I definitely prefer the other one that's, like, Legends Class. That's not the one from the Power Prime series. I found one on Facebook Marketplace $10, so if it's still available, I might try getting that sometime. But yeah, here are these two together. Honestly, I'm actually happy I picked this one instead of like over Animated or my Rescue Bots one, because it is from the Cybertron time, so I mean it looks cool. But yeah, jet mode. Honestly, I really do like this jet mode. It's pretty fire. I just don't know where you're supposed to put the blasters, like his no rays, instead of on the arm ports, but even then it doesn't work. So maybe there's like a port I don't know about, but yeah. Well, that's been my look at Transformers 1 Studio Series Sentinel Prime. I'd like to thank you folks for watching this unboxing. If folks did enjoy the unboxing, give the video a thumbs up, drop a comment down below. I'll apply them as fast as I can, and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified whenever I drop a new video /short/stream. But until next time, toodles!